Hey siblings, I'm your sister Tony.
And I'm your brother Billy.
And this is a sibling thing. We are back. We did have other videos that we had pre-filmed, but we lost the files. Well, not lost the files. The files were corrupted, so that's why we didn't post anything. So yeah, and we wanted to do our honest, true reactions, So we're going to, as you can tell by the title, we're reacting to.
You and the best moment is yet to come.
We have yet to react to BTS, even though we are big BTS fans, however you want to say it. But we're glad this will be our first reaction of theirs, especially since they're ending a chapter.
Was it honestly the best? Cause I just wanna see the next. 부지런히 지나온 어제들 속에 참 아름답게. Yeah, the past was honestly the best, but my best is what comes next. I'm not playing now for sure. 그날을 향해 숨이 벅차게. You and the best moment is yet to come. Moment is yet to come. Yeah. 다들 언제부턴가 말하네 우리 최고라고. 원통할 수 없는 names 이제 무겁기만 해. 노래가 좋았다고 그저 달랠 뿐이라고. Promise that we'll keep on coming back for more. 너의 마음속 깊은 어딘가 여전한 소년이 있어. My moment is yet to come, yet to come. 당신은 꿈꾸는가 그 길의 끝이 무엇일까. Moment is yet to come. 모두가 숨죽인 밤 우린 발을 멈추지 않나. Yet to come. We're gonna touch the sky for the day we die. Moment is yet to come. 자 이제 시작이야. The best yet to come. 언젠가부터 붙은 불편한 수식어. 최고란 말은 아직까지 난 간지러워. 난 말야강 음악의 좋은 걸 예전에 그때와 다르게 별로. 아마 다른 게 별로 없다면 you say so lie. 난 변화는 많았지만 변함은 없었다 해. 어느 샷도 매 순간이 새로운 트레서. 지금 난 마치 13살 그때 나처럼 blessed. 아직도 배울 게 많고 나 인생 채울 게 많아. 그 이유를 물어본다면 내 심장이 말하잖아. We ain't about it. 이 세상의 기대 we ain't about it. 최고란 기준의 stat. We ain't about it. 왕관 갖고 수많은 trophy. We ain't about it. Dream and hope and going forward. We so about it. 긴긴 원을 돌아 결국 또 제자리. Back to one. 너의 마음속 깊은 어딘가 여전한 소년이 있어. Moment is yet to come, yet to come. 당신은 꿈꾸는가 그 길의 끝이 무엇일까. Moment is yet to come. 모두가 숨죽인 밤 우린 발을 멈추지 않나. Yet to come. We're gonna touch the sky for the day we die. Moment is yet to come. 자 이제 시작이야. The best yet to come. The best, cause I just wanna see the next. 눈부시게 지나온 기억들 속에 참 아름답게. Yeah, the past was honestly the best, but my best is what comes next. Never seeing it did the more. 그날을 향해 또 우리답게. You and the best moment is yet to come.
Alright, so before she gives her opinion, I want to give mine because I don't keep up with BTS, so I don't want her spoiling what the whole thing means and So, giving my first opinions on the song. First, when it starts off, it seems like it's gonna be like another love song or whatever. But then, and it's crazy because I'm not the type, y'all know, if y'all watch our previous videos, y'all know, I'm not the type to read the lyrics while I watch the video or listen to the song. But for some reason, something was telling me to actually pay attention to the lyrics in the song, and I actually did. So I quickly found out it was about their love for music and them basically, in a way, losing track of what they were from when they wanted to start doing music, and now they're trying to like get back to where they were. Like their love for music is like why they started this. And then they mentioned something about like unknown names and stuff like that, like unrecognizable things and things like that going on or whatever. So it's kind of like, I feel like they lost that, you know, the path, why they were doing music, and it just became like a, because you know, they got big. They got big in the US, they got big worldwide.
Basically kind of overnight.
Yeah.
In a sense,
In a sense, yeah. And so it's like, everyone knows, you can just imagine the amount of pressure that was pushed onto them. And now it kind of seems like they're kind of done trying to please the world and what the world wants, this, that, and they just want to get back to doing what they love. And like I said, you and I, meaning, you know, them and their fans, they just want to get back to, you know, pleasing the people that really support them.
From day one.
Yeah, from day one. And you know, you can, like, they talk about their past was the best, but their future is always, like, the best is yet to come. Like, they have great memories of why they started this and their whole journey, but they're not done, basically. Like, they got a lot more to offer to their fans and everybody watching. And honestly, I'm excited to see what else comes with it, in all honesty. Music video, song, first song, rate the song. The song, the song, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. The reason why it's not 10 out of 10 is because it's not something you haven't heard before, but at the same time, I do love the message behind it. Like, when I first started hearing the song, I was like, okay, it's gonna be another one of these generic songs. So it was gonna be a lower score than 8, to be honest. But the message behind it felt more personal. And I always love personal songs that seem personal to an artist than more towards the fans. And in that case, since it was more personal to them, because it's the type of song that's like, it's not meant to please the world. It's them letting out their feelings. So even if the world doesn't like it, it doesn't matter. It's for them. That's what the song feels like. So that's why I'm giving it 8, because it's not for me. It's really a message to them, to their fans. You know, their past selves, and to their fans, the people that's with them. So, and I'm not one of them. You know? I'm a fan, but I'm not a hardcore fan. I'm not what's it called?
A stan.
No, what's the little BTS Army called?
Army.
Oh, I'm not a BTS Army member.
What's the BTS Army called?
I'm not a BTS Army member. But yeah, that's an 8. Music video, I don't know if it has like some hidden messages about their past or whatever, but off my rip, unbiasedly, it's a 5. Not much going on. Beautiful scenery, but it's just, you know, basically a music
when I
video.
explain it, he might change.
That's why I wanted to. But this is why I wanted to go before just so I can give my unbiased opinion about everything.
As of right now,
and then together,
without having too much knowledge on BTS past.
Together, song and music video, a 7. So 8, 5, 7. Now please enlighten me on the whole situation.
Alrighty, okay. I was getting emotional watching this video. Like, I did see like a little snippet of it on TikTok by accident, because I didn't even know they dropped a new music video until I was seeing like clips everywhere. I knew they dropped the album, but I didn't know that music video was coming. But okay, in this music video, they did a lot of references to their past music videos. So like Spring Day, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I think it's called No More, I Need You Girl. Like, basically a lot of their past videos, they had memorabilia in there. So they were like, of course, in this desert area, but when you were looking at a train, when you were looking at a bus, when you were looking at that little rusty blue thing, all those, or like when Tay was standing next to a desk with a rose on top of it, all those things were part of all music videos that they did.
the thing is, I got that because just because of the lyrics alone, I kind of figured everything had a symbolic nature to it. Like it wasn't there for no reason.
Yeah. So they were basically, when they were talking about their past, they were like, okay, all these things symbolize all these hits that we had, because a lot of, you know, kind of like where they started from and what they were known for and all their transitions and stuff of that nature.
Okay,
songs.
but see, sorry to cut you off, but with that information, that music video is now a 10. So the whole together, it raises it to 9 because I love that about it.
I think with them having, like, being in a desert place and having memorabilia in it, it was just kind of showing, like, you know, a desert is normally, there's no really life in desert. Like, it's dead. But they're saying, like, even though the past is the past and it's dead now, like, there's memories in that desert still. That's kind of how I saw it and perceived it. It's like, yeah, these are our desert, you know, our past things, and they're, like, dead now and there's no more. You know what I'm saying? I think they're saying, and also reading the lyrics, like, I kind of took it at not just the personal message to themselves and like why they started entertainment and music to begin with, but it was also a message to ARMY who have been there literally, like I'm talking about day one. There's people still alive who went to their very first concert here in America, right?
Didn't that like that? Oh
well, yeah, I know, I sure did. But like, it doesn't matter, like, when did you start standing BTS? Anybody who started standing BTS, you looked at their old stuff. I didn't start really listening to BTS since 2017 when they dropped DNA, and that was the first music video I ever watched of theirs. That was my jam, right? Because I used to annoy my family about this dang song, yo. But like, what was I going to say? Their message was also to ARMY as well, letting ARMY know, like, yeah, we come a long way together. And it's like, I thank you. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for all the things you've done, old ARMYs to new ARMYs, wherever you are following in this line of their journey. You know what I'm saying? But they're letting us know at the same time, it's like, you know, yeah, we've matured and we changed, but the passion for our music hasn't. That's kind of how I took it, because, you know, they would say, oh yeah, we changed, but not, yeah, we didn't change, but not really, we still changed. But you know what I'm saying, that little young boy is still inside of me.
It's kind of like all they really did was age.
Right.
But they're still the same person. All they did was grow.
Their love for music is still the same. And if it's not, it probably even grew even more. Their love of music and how they express themselves, and to actually be in the business and see their hard work and dedication getting noticed. And, you know, and even all the awards, they mentioned the awards that they got and all the, you know, accolades that they have came, and they said, it's all right or whatever, but what they really wanted to focus on is why they started music to begin with. And I feel like that's the bigger message. They're basically saying they will not sell themselves for anybody, because music is their actual passion. It's something that they genuinely love, and they're not gonna sit here just make music just to fit their bills. You feel what I'm saying? They're saying, if we're gonna, from now on, when we make music, you're gonna know this music really came from deep inside of us. And honestly, I always felt like BTS made meaningful music to begin with. You know? Sometimes I felt like they did kind of follow some trends here and there to kind of please the audience, especially to get more people on board with BTS. But when you look at their albums and everything that they have gone through, you can kind of tell that at the end of the day, they did stick true to themselves, which is their passion for entertainment and music and stuff of that nature, wherever they fall.
My favorite song by BTS, my favorite song by them is Serenity. I know it was originally by one Serendipity. It was originally by one member, but then I remember they did like a whole group version, right?
I think when they did, I don't think they did a group version, they just did an extended version. But like each album, somebody in the group would do like a single on the album, whether it was rapping or singing,
Well, yeah, but I said that to say that they do you know, meaningful songs. And which is why I rated that song an 8, because like I said, Serendipity is one of my top favorite songs by them of all time. So songs like that, they hit, you know?
Right.
I like songs like that. And the thing about the meaningless things, it's kind of like the Megan Thee Stallion feature they did or whatever. Didn't they do a song with Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, they did one with Nicki
I
Minaj.
don't think I lived, like, nobody, like, people cared, but people didn't care. Like
That was
I
more
don't
so for
listen-
Americans.
Yeah, I didn't listen
Yeah.
to BTS so they can work with American artists.
Me neither.
That's not why I listen to their music, which is probably why I stopped listening to them. But if they're really going back to their original, what they were doing, like DNA, all of that, she put me on that, and I like it. Once they started getting with Americans and stuff, I kind of just
Right.
cut myself off from them.
And I do want to make it clear, even when they work with American artists, we're not saying we're not going to listen to it,
Yeah.
because we do understand there's American artists that they really want to collaborate with, and there's some artists that they had mentioned prior before. Nicki Minaj was one of them, I believe. One of them mentioned that they did want to work with Nicki Minaj. So them working with Nicki Minaj, that wasn't like oh my gosh, that's so out of, da da da. But I'm not gonna lie, when they did Designer and Steve, when they had this Designer on the Mic Drop remix, I was laughing because I was like, Designer? Why did they choose to work with Designer? Like,
That's the thing though. It's kind of like, it's like,
I still love Mic Drop because it was like your usual hip hop music where they were literally dissing people who talk crap about them for years. Like, so I love Mic Drop, even though they did decide to go with Designer. But I just thought it was so like out of the blue for me, like,
And I don't want to say this, but I'm not hating on Megan Thee Stallion, but it's kind of like Megan Thee Stallion had this era where she was like in everything. It was like everyone, her and the baby, they were both on a feature on like every song. So
like Megan
it kind of felt like her being on the song was like she's popping right now, and like the higher ups was like, we need Megan Thee Stallion on this song.
right.
It's like, why did we really need Megan Thee Stallion on this song? You feel me? Like, that's just kind of how I feel about it.
But I will say I like Megan's performance when they.
Megan is definitely
like,
a great
she
artist,
did amazing.
but she's not
right
an
with
artist that I
H.
want to see in everything.
Right.
And I'm from Houston. I support her.
And I was like, she's very raunchy. So I was, when I found out they were doing a collab together, I was kind of like, oh, I wasn't,
It's kind of like the idea of having too much of one thing is starts to get bad. Like, we have too much Megan Thee Stallion. And it's like, okay, now she's in K-pop, like,
yeah.
like, you good. But come on. Too much is too much at a time.
Yeah.
Even DaBaby. I like DaBaby as a rapper, but it was too much of him at once. So it's kind of like, that's kind of like why I hate when people get popular, because then they start getting shoved in your face more and more, and it's kind of like, alright, bro, please, just
they get played more on the radio,
Yeah.
and then the song becomes annoying. Like, there's certain songs that was popping back then that if I hear it now, I'm still annoyed just hearing it, even though it's been years since I've heard the song.
You wanna know what's one song? This is off topic, but it's like "Say So" by Doja Cat. That in 2020, that song was blowing up all over TikTok.
Yeah.
People always talk about how they tired of that song, how they don't like that song. I love that song. Why? Because unlike most people, I actually like 2020. It wasn't a horrible year for me. As a person who likes to stay inside, it was fun to see everybody else experience what I was experiencing. Sheltered and home.
Right.
Like, everybody was sheltered at home. So that made the internet a blast. Everyone was doing the most creative things on the internet, trying to figure out how to stay relevant in a time where they couldn't go outside and do things. So as a person, as a homebody who always watched YouTube and Twitch and stuff, the content was crazy.
We're both homebodies.
Yeah.
If we didn't have to leave the house to go to work, we would